the FIU football team puts up a fantastic performance against their longtime rivals.
A disappointing loss for the Miami Dolphins' home debut.
More than just a game, an inside look into the Fort Lauderdale United women's football team. All of this and more coming up on the sideline.
Hello, South Florida, and welcome to the Sideline, the place where you get all the highlights for your South Florida teams. I'm Gianna Agostinho.
I'm Sabrina Lozano, and the Sideline starts now. Owls who FIU roared past FAU in the Shula Bowl on Saturday the 13th.
Winning 38-28 and snapping a 7-game losing streak, Kejon Owens exploded for 173 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns. And a third quarter surge sealed the game. FAU's Caden Veldkamp threw for 343 yards, but 3 interceptions cost the Owls the trophy. Next up, FIU hosts Delaware on Saturday, September 20th at 6 p.m.
The Shula Bowl is more than just a game. It's FIU versus FAU, a rivalry built on passion, pride, and players who grew up playing against each other.
Yes, Sabrina, and this year's version featured a pig roast. Sideline's Nicolette Esper brings us more from the first ever pig roast competition.
The heat is on, the pigs are roasting, and the fans are hopeful that the same energy will be brought right to the field.
The first ever pig roast competition turned the tailgate into a festival, with FIU fans bringing their best flavors to
We have our little secret IV here with the recipe inside, and once you get a taste, you want more.
Students, alumni, and faculty served up lechon in more than 80 different ways, all before kickoff.
I think there's going to be a really good vibe and energy on the stadium just with the amount of people, and I'm hoping for some fire touchdowns.
The event wasn't just about food. Many say it brought together the entire Panther community.
It's an opportunity to bring community together, to get our faculty, our staff, our students, our alumni pumped, excited for football season, excited for this new vision of FIU.
Not even a 2-hour rain delay could dampen the energy. Fans stuck it out, waiting for kickoff under the lights. On the field, FIU looked to snap a 7-year losing streak against rival Florida Atlantic, leading on playmakers like quarterback Kewan Jenkins and running back Kejon Owens.
We told you. We told you this on December 7th. It's a new era, and this should be the expectation. Is that this football team is gonna play electric. It's gonna be exciting, and you don't want to miss out on this.
From tailgate to touchdown, the day ended with FIU fans celebrating a victory and a community united. Reporting from the sideline, I'm Nicolette Esper.
After a very disappointing season opener for the Dolphins in Indy last week, the pressure felt significant heading into Miami's Week 2 matchup with the New England. And it's not going away anytime soon, as the Dolphins are now 0-2. Miami's offense showed flashes with Tua Tagovailoa finding Tyreek Hill for a touchdown, but New England led the lead until the final whistle. This marked Mike Vrabel's first win as New England's coach. The Patriots beat the Dolphins 33-27.
Heading on to college football, the University of Miami dominated their in-state showdown against 18th-ranked South Florida. Miami came in as the clear favorites, delivering outstanding performances from both offense and defense. The Canes were up 35-6 at one point, and USF didn't even score a touchdown until the fourth quarter. The Bulls rushed for just 40 yards on the night. The final score was UM 49, USF 12. The Canes will now host Florida in their rivalry matchup this weekend, where Miami will hope to remain undefeated. The game is started at Saturday at 7:30 p.m.
After suffering a loss against the Seattle Sounders, Inter Miami were hoping to rebound against Charlotte FC. It was a tough game for Inter Miami without striker Luis Suarez after his 3-game MLS ban. And it's not the first time Messi missed a penalty since 2022 in Saturday's game. He was given the chance to try the Penanca chip, but ultimately failed to put Miami on the board. The final score was Inter Miami 0, Charlotte 3. Inter will go on to play against Seattle Sounders tomorrow at 7:30 p.m.
After winning at home, the Miami Marlins hope to finish their series against the Detroit Tigers with a win. The Fish took down the Detroit Tigers 6-4 in 11 innings Saturday at Lone Depot Park. Troy Johnston provided the heroics with a walk-off 2-run homer, while Agustin Ramirez and Otto Lopez powered the offense with multi-hit games. The Marlins will look to keep this same momentum against the New York Mets Monday, September 15th at home.
Okay, Gianna, so it's time for everyone's favorite segment, which is Biggest W's and L's, where we give our favorite and least favorite sports moments for the week. I'll start us off. My biggest W has to go to Terrence Crawford. The man made history Saturday night. After moving up 2 weight classes, he defeated Canelo Alvarez by a close yet anonymous decision in front of a packed stadium. A clear, career-defining victory. Crawford's speed, movement, and defense completely shut down Canelo, preventing him from landing those signature power punches. With the win, Crawford became the first fighter in nearly a decade to take Canelo's super middleweight titles, cementing himself as not just 2-time undisputed champ, but one of the greatest fighters of his generation.
I guess that makes this week the week of the underdogs, not just for UFC, but for college football too. That being said, my W of the week without a doubt had to be FIU's huge wins against rival FAU on Saturday. The Panthers took down the Owls 38-29 in a game that was 7 years in the making. This makes FIU's first ever Shula Bowl victory, ending a losing streak that had kept the two schools in a one-sided rivalry, at least until now. And from the very start of the game, it was back-to-back as FAU continuously matched FIU's score after each touchdown. But ultimately, it came down to not only the offense, but FIU's defense, who dominated FAU with 3 interceptions and shut them down on 4 fourth-down attempts. This game proved FIU's come up this season and showed fans what this team was truly capable of.
Thanks, Gianna. It's always great to see our school take home the win. Now let's go on to my biggest L, which has to go to Inter Miami. And as a huge fan, it was tough to watch them fall 3-0 to Charlotte FC. And to make matters worse, Messi missed a penalty for the first time since 2022. And not just any miss, he went for the penanca, and Charlotte's keeper guessed right. Without key stars like Luis Suarez and Sergio Busquets, who are both serving 6-game suspensions after that ugly incident in Seattle, Miami looked completely out of sync. And coming off that heartbreaking Leagues Cup loss to Seattle just a couple weeks ago, it feels like the momentum has totally slipped away. The team's hovering right above the playoff line, and things are not looking great.
I mean, yeah, playoffs are always on the line for really any sport, and with football specifically, we see that a lot of losses this week. Shifting back into college football, my biggest L of the week had to go to the Notre Dame versus Texas A&M game on Saturday. The Irish came into the game ranked number 8 in the NCAA, but this was a letdown for a lot of the Indiana fans. It was one of the closest games we've seen all season, with Texas A&M taking the win in an unbelievably close 41-40 finish. It all inevitably came down to an unfortunately sloppy extra point attempt made by backup quarterback Tyler Buckner after Notre Dame took a late go-ahead touchdown. Buckner, who was holding for the kick, dropped the snap and ultimately was unable to complete the 2-point conversion, leaving Notre Dame's lead at only 6. I mean, this slight mistake proved to be costly once Texas scored a game-winning touchdown in the last 13 seconds, leaving that extra point as the difference between playoff push and a long road back from Notre Dame's now, who sits at a 0-2 record.
Wow, it's crazy to see. And it's time to go to break, but stick around because here's what's next on the sideline. A team that not only highlights the growth of women's soccer in South Florida, but also inspires the next generation of athletes. We'll take a timeout, but we'll be right back after the break.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzz and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So yeah, I know. That's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
There are a lot of ways to reach out to a friend about their mental health. Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
Bill is a family man. He invests his money wisely and provides a good life for his children. Just one problem. He often opens emails from senders he doesn't know, and his computer is not password protected. One day, Bill checked his bank account and 94% of malware attacks originate from emails. Don't be like Bill. Take your cybersecurity seriously.
Fort Lauderdale United took the field against Dallas Trinity this weekend.
But the night was about more than just the match. I went to the game to capture the energy of the fans and what women's soccer means to the next generation.
Fort Lauderdale lit up last night as fans of all ages came together for a night of soccer and celebration. From the moment they arrived, the energy was contagious. Kids showing up in jerseys, families lined up at food tents, and the music set the tone for an evening of non-stop excitement. All around the stadium, there was something happening, from fan games and raffles to mascots hyping up the crowd to halftime entertainment that kept everyone cheering even when the players stepped off the field.
Watch them. Definitely. I told you they always score. I've been a fan since I don't remember, because I know when they first came out, I was always figuring what they were doing and what the team actually was. And I always watched them on Peacock, because I had my own tournaments myself, and it's just still so fun to learn from them.
For the Academy girls who dream of one day playing here, nights like this are pure inspiration. Watching their role models on the field shows them what's possible and pushes them to chase the same goals.
I just feel like we're all together, we play, we have fun, and we have a great coach, and I think we can do better. We started really weak, but we're gonna do better since we go on.
Every time Fort Lauderdale scored, the lights flashed, the music blasted, and the stadium erupted. The cheers weren't just for the team, they were for the future of the sport. Because at the end of the night, Fort Lauderdale United didn't just win on the scoreboard, they created memories, built community, and proved that women's soccer is thriving, and the next generation is ready to carry it forward.
Fort Lauderdale United gave fans more than just a game. They gave them a celebration of community and a glimpse at the future of women's soccer.
It's time for this week's game picks.
We'll go to Sideline's Dylan Pizzet to give us his insights on what's to come this week.
Good morning, everyone. Dylan Pizzet here with this week's game picks. Up first is the matchup between the Miami Dolphins and the Buffalo Bills. And truth be told, I'm going to have the Bills taking the win, because between their impressive comeback win in Week 1 and a decisive 30-10 victory this week, I just don't think our Miami Dolphins can hack it this Thursday night. Now, going from pro ball to college ball, I think the Gators have had a tough run of form in recent times, winning only 1 out of their 3 games this season, while the Hurricanes have won all 3 of theirs, 2 of which were blowout wins of over 30 points or more. UF is a historic team, always with the potential to upset, but from what I'm seeing, the Hurricanes will be bringing the storm and claiming the victory this Saturday. Finally, we have Inter Miami and the Seattle Sounders, and while both teams look good, having won over half of their matches this season, when these two played each other just 2 weeks ago, Seattle got Inter Miami good with a 3-0 win. For that, I have Seattle taking the win tomorrow. That's all for Game Picks this week. I'm Dylan Pizzet, and now back to you in the studio.
Just a reminder that if you want to keep up with fun segments and more from our crew, you can follow our Instagram for all things Sideline. Follow us at sideline.caplin. That's it for today. I'm Sabrina Lozano.
And I'm Gianna Agostinho. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week on The Sideline.